Aside from the success, you got yourself a very busy day, 4 different competitions, really in just a few hour period. How difficult is that?
For being honest, the first 2 aren't that bad. Opening with a 4x1 and 110 hurdles, they're short enough for me that hour break in between is like perfect. Gives me just enough time to recuperate between them but stay warm. But when you have 4 races in a day, 2 of them being 400s with an hour in between everything, by the end of the day, physically, aerobically, everything is just dead. It's gonna be a nice night's sleep tonight.
What do you tell yourself at the end of the day? Do you look and say, I did what I set out to do?
I mean, for the for the most part, I have to say, yeah, I came in the top seed for the 400 hurdles, so I really wanted that win. But aside from that, I exceeded all my expectations for the day. PR'd in the 110s. We didn't have a time for it, but I felt like that was my fastest 100 in the 4x1. Closed really well in the 4x4. Overall, really good day. 4 medals, can't really complain about it.
What's the key to success?
Overall, it's the determination and that will to push yourself day after day. I mean, after that 400 hurdle, I could have booked it in. I could have just been done for the day. They gave me that option, but I wanted to go out there. I wanted us to be able to put the best team we had out there to compete in that 4x4. And I mean, it being my last conference, my senior year, made it a little easier to make that decision. But I just had that desire to go out there and beat all the expectations that were set there for me.
You started this day with a spectacular, to me, a spectacular close in the 4x100. You closed this day with a tremendous close in the 4x4. What goes through your mind in those situations, knowing you're the last person with the baton?
Well, to be honest, I think hurdles, like ignoring hurdles, even with them, I think my relay performances are the thing I'm most proud about today. Got that baton from Matt Taylor for the last leg of the 4x1, and I see Albany not that far away from me. And there, to be honest, Albany is a caliber of sprinter ahead of us right now. Not for long, but right now their short sprints are above us. I saw them close, and I just wanted to go out there and catch them if I could. And the same thing at that 4x4, I wanted to get those guys, Marcus and Ian, freshmen, wanted to get them a chance to get on the podium. Saw that 3rd place right there and just knew it was the last thing I had to do of the day and put it all on the track right there.
Terrific day, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys both, a terrific performance in the 5,000 meters. But it struck me a completely different strategy. Tell me from your point of view, what were you guys working on? What were you trying to do?
Well, going in this race, because American East in this conference, a lot of times the race ends up going slow. And me and Paul, we didn't want the race to go out slow because then when it comes down to the end, they just put that kick in and sometimes we can't go with them. So we decided, like, we'll just take turns taking the lead and try to pick up the pace.
Seemed like it worked for you guys.
Yeah, it did. We knew there was one kid in the, I think he's running UMBC. He ran the 10,000 the day before, so we wanted to go out like pretty fast so he'd get tired, but he had a little more left at the end. So yeah, same for everyone else. Like we just wanted to go out really fast. Like me and Bobby just lead it and make everyone tired because some of those guys have raced before, so we like can basically get good positioning at the end.
Are you both pleased with the end result? I thought both of you ran terrific races. You guys happy with how it worked out?
Yeah, overall I'm pretty happy. I mean, it didn't work out like perfectly, obviously, but I mean, overall I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, same. I'm pretty happy because we still scored points. Though I'm a little bummed that we didn't get the time we wanted because it was hot out, like just like for everybody else. But these races more about placement than times.
5,000 meters, that's not an easy distance. It's got to take a lot out of you. In a race, is there a point at which you guys feel some pain and it's a matter of battling through that pain?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at like 6 to go, I started to feel a little pain. I mean, it was pretty relaxing, like for the first couple miles, but I mean, it's a 5K, it's gonna hurt, but you just have to fight through it at the end.
Definitely, same. Like the 5K, usually the beginning of it always seems a lot easier because like compared to a 1500 or 800, you're not going out with that super fast pace at first. You kind of go out a little slower. You just work your way in as each lap goes by, and you usually feel like, I usually feel like 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go, and when you get to that moment, you're supposed to like black out and say, that's it. I got like 4 or 5 laps to go, and I just give it all. I got.
Gentlemen, again, I thought terrific races for you, and I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's your takeaway from this weekend here in Albany?
I thought we competed about as hard as we could possibly compete. You know, 5th for the women, 6th for the men, half a point out of 5th for the men. That's about as good as we can ask. You know, I think I can count poor performances by the team probably on one hand. And when you have 80-something kids competing, you can count poor performances on one hand. It's a pretty good weekend. So we're about as pleased as we can be, and for as young as we are, we competed our butt off, and it was great.
And yeah, there weren't poor performances. What you and I have talked about competitiveness. Did we find that was what took over this weekend? One's natural instinct to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, indoors we did not compete very well, to be quite honest with you. I was pretty displeased for about 6 weeks after the indoor championships. I thought we were poor performance, just in the effort. And this weekend was completely different, and I'm really proud of them. They did a great job.
I was going to say, I look at some of the seniors who've been leaders, people like Cam Mitchell, who I think got medals in 4 different events, twice individuals, twice as part of a team. Shanice Cola on a couple of relay teams and an individual event. Taylor Murphy, a couple of individual events and a relay team. I've got to think that a lot of what we see from the freshmen comes from the mentoring or the learning, the lessons from the upperclassmen.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Mitchell just had an outstanding weekend. 4x1, 4x4, 400 hurdles, 110 hurdles. I mean, that's a lot of running over a weekend. You know, and he was outstanding all the way to the very end. You know, he took us from 5th to 3rd in the 4x4 in his, what's that, his 6th or 7th race of the weekend. He was outstanding. You know, and Taylor, you know, who wasn't physically 100%, competed her butt off. You know, the team really took the cues from them and did a great job.
What did you tell the team when the day was done?
I told them I was proud of them. You know, indoors, I was not proud of them. You know, I wasn't proud to be the UMass Lowell coach at the indoor championships, you know. And regardless of what we got for the place, you know, I just didn't feel like our compete level was very high. And I felt like our compete level was extremely high here, and they fought, and they scratched and they clawed for every point we could get, and I couldn't be happier.
Coach, I thank you.
Thanks.